Imagine your computer knows the IP address of another device on the network, but it has no idea where that device actually is. So how does it find it? That's where the ARP comes in. ARP is one of the most important protocols in computer networking, and understanding it is essential for both network administrators and cybersecurity professionals. In this video, you will learn exactly how ARP works step by step. ARP stands for Address Resolution Protocol. Its main purpose is simple. It translates IP address into MAC addresses. Every device on a local network has both an IP address and a MAC address. The IP address helps identify the device logically, while the MAC address identifies the network interface physically. When a device wants to send data on a local network, it ultimately needs the destination MAC address, and ARP helps it discover that address. Let's say your computer wants to communicate with a printer. The printer's IP address is 192.168.1.50. Your computer knows the IP address, but Ethernet communication requires a MAC address. So before sending data, the computer must ask, who has this IP address? ARP is the protocol responsible for asking that question. Let's walk through the complete ARP process. Step 1. The computer checks its ARP cache. The ARP cache is the table that stores recently learned IP to MAC mappings. If the MAC address already exists in the cache, communication begins immediately. But if no entry is found, an ARP request is sent. The request is broadcast to every device on the local network. The message essentially says who has the IP address 192.168.1.50. Every device receives the request, but only the device with that IP address responds. It sends an ARP reply containing its MAC address. The sender stores the information in its ARP cache, and communication can now begin. To improve performance, ARP stores discovered addresses in memory. The temporary storage is called ARP cache. Instead of repeatedly asking the question for same MAC address, devices can simply locate up locally. On Linux system, you can view ARP entries using the command ARP-A or IP-neigh. There are two primary ARP messages, ARP request and ARP reply. An ARP request is broadcast, meaning every device on the network receives it, and ARP reply is unicast, meaning it is sent directly back to the requesting device. This design allows devices to efficiently discover MAC addresses while minimizing unnecessary traffic. ARP is extremely useful, but it has security weakness. ARP doesn't verify whether a reply is legitimate. Attackers can exploit this weakness through a technique called ARP spoofing. In an ARP spoofing attack, an attacker sends fake ARP replies. Victims update their ARP cache with incorrect information. This allows attackers to intercept traffic, perform man-in-the-middle attacks, and monitor communications. This is one reason cybersecurity professionals monitor ARP traffic carefully. Let's recap. ARP stands for Address Resolution Protocol. It converts IP addresses into MAC addresses. It uses ARP requests and ARP replies. It stores results in an ARP cache. And while ARP is essential for networking, it can also be abused through ARP spoofing attacks. Understanding ARP gives you stronger foundation in both networking and cybersecurity.